The gospel has power. And this is kind of hard to say here, but I want to say it, but I'm led not to say it. Maybe next time I can get it out, but I won't get it out this time. But every man is drawn away when he sees the big boobs. When he sees the cleavage showing. Let me digress for a moment. I remember back when the Roe versus Wade were passed and society was going on, it showed then that the world had more divorces than the church. And divorces were small, it wasn't as many as it is now. But what caused divorce, I believe, is when women went to work, affairs started. Men started looking at the titties, the boobs, what you want to call them. And then divorces started. And from divorces, children were raised by one parent or no parent at all. And then careers started. Women wanted careers to make much money as the man. And all this at the expense of the kids. Children have no parent now. Most children have a father and a mother. All of them do have a father and a mother, but no parent. No guardians, nobody watching over them, nobody caring for them. Nobody protecting them from whatever. They raise them themselves. Children raising children, children having children. I talked about this in '93. The children will be having, '92, children will be having children. And some of the blame is ours. They had no guidance. They had no raising. The Bible says train them up in the way they should go. Train them up that way. You couldn't train them up that way because you wouldn't train yourself. Let's get back to our subject at hand. He said, for every man is tempted when he's drawn away of his own lust and enticed, trapped. Then when lust hath conceived. When lust has conceived you, you have to give in to it. The Bible says when the eye gate is out of control, it's a predator of the soul. So your eye gate feeds your flesh until it produces a picture for your mind. And your mind acts it out. Jesus said if you looked on a woman to lust after her, you have committed adultery already in your heart. If you look on a man, you did it. If a man looks on a man, if a woman looks on a woman, you've already sinned in your heart. And to get you started, women are wearing things that the eyes force you to look at. They are automatically turned towards it. That's the lust of the flesh. The lust of the flesh makes you look at things. The lust of the flesh makes you play it out in your mind. I can't finish my day up without somebody lusting after me. I need you to look at me. And I'll walk around you. I've had it to happen to me. They walk around several times trying to get you to look, but you don't look. You can almost see the look on their face. Is he crazy? Why are you not looking at me? You must look at me before I move. This has actually happened. And women know they do this. Men too. Everything I'm saying, talking about a woman, is because it looks like it's more easy to do that. But men are the same as women. They're wearing the tight pants now, the tight legs. The pants laying on their hips like. They know women like that. Are you listening to me? But it says here, it says that when lust is conceived, when you're pregnant with it, when you're pregnant with the lust, when it's so magnified inside of you, so stirred up in you, you can't make it home to your husband. Next thing you know, you done fell in love with the co-worker. That's when lust has conceived, when it grabs you, move you off of your feet. When it touches you, have you floating around in the office. You start dressing for the people in the office now. You leave home with your the shortest dress you can find, and the husband is proud because that's mine. Let them look at it. Let them lust. That's mine. It belongs to me. Until the lust that's in that woman with that mini on draws her away, draws her from her husband, draws her into an affair with a man, draws them into the divorce court, draws the kids into the home with no father, mother, father, draws them into the street killing one another. When it draws you away. But every man is tempted when he is drawn away of his own lust and enticed, trapped. Then when lust is conceived, it brings forth sin. When lust is conceived, it brings forth sin. It brings forth the act. It urges you on into the act. It urges you into the affair. It forces you into the affair. Are you listening to me? Then when lust is conceived, it brings forth sin. And sin that's produced by lust, when it's finished, brings forth death. This is not talking about a death where you go to the funeral and put in the ground. It's talking about a lifestyle of freedom, of home, of children. No one is raising our children today. They're raising themselves. And the jail proves it. I heard a guy say, I think it was Jesse Jackson, said over 85 and 95% of the young teens were in prison. I know this somewhere because my son, he's 24, and he asked me, where's all the young men? Where are they? He goes around different places, he don't see them. They're in jail or killed or dead. And the whole thing about it is, that brings me to another subject where I just jump off on this limb and ride it for a while. Every person that dies, every person that's died, and I'm 70, almost 70 in a couple of months, every person that I've ever heard of ever passed away went to heaven. He's gone to be with the Lord. And I always wonder how you go to be with the Lord anyway. How you going to go to be with him and he's everywhere at the same time? Where you going to go? You got a special place you go when you die? You go find him someplace, you go be with him? But everybody that dies go to heaven. There's not a person in my whole lifetime that I heard went to hell. Not one. I was thinking one time I preached a message about 20 years ago. I was thinking about writing a letter to God and telling him to close that thing down. Ain't nobody coming. Close hell up. Everybody going, we're sending everybody to heaven. And that's one of the problems. Everybody that die goes to heaven. And they know it because you sent them there. They trust you. They know you're going to say it when they leave here. He was a good man. He was the best person in the neighborhood. Everybody that dies is the best person in the whole neighborhood. Everybody that dies. There's not a thing that's said wrong, the person did wrong at all that ever died that I know anything about in my whole lifetime. That's what the problem is. See, we're going to heaven in spite of how we live. We're going to hell in spite of how we live. We ain't going by the blood of Jesus. We're going by because we're living good. I don't need Jesus to get there. I'm a good man. He was a good man. He was a good woman. He was a good kid. Nobody good but God. How did I get there? I guess I was drawn away, huh? Let me complete this. But every man is tempted when he is drawn away of his own lust and enticed, trapped. Then when lust has conceived, when you become pregnant, it bringeth forth the act, bringeth forth sin. And the act, when it's finished, bringeth forth death to your home, to your kid's life. We got evidence of all these things happening. Turn your TV on, that's all you're going to hear. Young black boys 10 years old saying they don't have no future. See, kids' future is supposed to be in us. We make the way for their future. We set the standard for their lifestyle. We set it. We've set the standard for their lifestyle to go to jail. We set all that. When lust hath conceived, it bringeth forth sin, and when sin is finished, it bringeth forth death. Don't forget that. We'll be back with more of the strategies of Satan and how to resist temptations. God bless you.